Let's see. Alrighty. We should be live right now. Just wait to see if my audio's working. Waiting for the... Let's see. Jay Fighter, how's it going? Hopefully you guys can hear me. My audio's all right. Let me just have a listen. Jay Fighter, how's it going? Alrighty, we are good. The audio is good. How is everyone today? So, another live stream. Ask what you want, whatever. It's all up to you guys. Hopefully no freaking trolls or anyone comes in. Would be awesome. I'm doing better. The last few days have been a bit rough, being a bit ill and stuff, and, you know, hasn't been the best, but hey, I'm back at it now, back at it, feeling better, feeling more energized now. So plenty, going to try and pump out another 5 videos next week coming. Some more Waste Potentials. I still got to watch that movie that you recommended to me as well, so I can review that one as well. So hopefully next week we get back to things and we get out 5 videos again. So yeah, so basically ask away whatever you want, and yeah, that's what we do. All right, Jay Fighter, did you enjoy my Iron Man 3 video? Yes, it was interesting. You made some good points, and then some other points that I didn't obviously agree with or anything like that. But I can see where you're coming from and what you're trying to say when you're saying that stuff. But overall, I'm just not the biggest fan of Iron Man 3. I think it's in the bottom tier. That's just my opinion, but I can see where you're coming from, and I understand what you're trying to say. But for me, the twist one was really annoyed the shit out of me. The whole villain of Killian was just boring to me. He was a boring character. And yes, you mentioned the motive as well. It's not necessarily he was angry. It's a motive that is being classic, that just is being repetitive. Like, we've seen it so many times. How many of his people, like these villains, going to hate this one particular person and then become a villain because of it? To me, it was just not the best film. And I think it's in the lower end of the tier of the MCU films. But if you enjoy Iron Man 3, or, you know, all to you, I'm not gonna judge and say that you shouldn't, because it's subjective, and, you know, that's just how I feel on Iron Man 3. I just don't think it's in the top tier, in my opinion. I need to have a drink with my throat. Everyone must be asleep. Interesting. Let's see if we can get some more people in here. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what I can do. What is your favorite comic book film of all time? My favorite comic book film of all time is between 2, and it changes here and there. It's The Dark Knight and Joker. Those 2, to me, are the best of all time. And at the moment, they just kind of switch like this. It's so hard to choose between them. Like, one time it'll be the Joker, and then another time it'll be the Dark Knight. It's just them 2 going back and forth. So yeah, so basically that's my favorite comic book film of all time. Well, we've got some people in here now. They're all waking up now. All waking up. So, Jay, I have a very complex opinion on Joker. Oh, that's an interesting one, because it's weird. Okay, because I actually really enjoy the Joker. I've enjoyed that film so much when I watched it. What makes it so good is it transcends the comic book genre. It goes away from the comic book material and transcends it completely. That's why I think it's so good. Sorry, bro, I'm not gonna pronounce your name because I'm going to give it a go, but I'll probably butcher it. Akansar? Is it Akaswa? Akasar? Sorry, bro, if I butchered your name. Endgame is mediocre. What is your thoughts on this? Love from India. Cheers, bro. That's awesome that you're from India. That's awesome that I'm reaching people from there as well. Endgame. I don't think it's mediocre, in my opinion. I like Endgame. I do acknowledge that there is some plot holes. There is some inconsistencies within the movie. There's a lot of things like that I will admit there is problems in the film with all that stuff going on. But however, it is a fan service movie in my opinion, and I did really, really like Endgame. I had a lot of fun with it. I don't think it's in the top 5 MCU films, but to me, it is still a great film. And that last hour especially is the best hour of any comic book film of all time. Like, it's just everything we wanted in a film right there. Everything in a battle of a comic book scale level was there. So that's awesome. He also says Joker is a masterpiece. I think Joker is a masterpiece as well. Perfect character study for me. Winter Soldier is the greatest superhero movie. Ooh, interesting. I have Winter Soldier in the top 5 MCU films, but Winter Soldier is another one that transcends the genre as well, which is pretty cool as well. But yeah, I don't have no problems with Winter Soldier. I like watching that one as well. And if that's for you, bro, if that's the best superhero film to you, then go for it, bro. I'm not going to argue with her. Jay Fighter, I love the Joker, but I love it more as a psychological thriller rather than a Joker film. Personally, I don't think Joker should ever be a print because it isn't his purpose as character. Yeah, I can see what you mean. To me, it is. It's the study. It's a character study. So it is all about this character and how. So what Todd Phillips and that were trying to do is that they grounded it right in reality, and they're showing you that the way society is right now is we are pushing people to the brink of this Joker. I did one called the Joker, the psychology of the Joker and behind the Joker. I did a video on that as well about explaining why this was such a good film, how it explores how we don't help the mentally ill. We just scrap them and give them minimal care. We treat people with these disabilities like as if they should be normal like us. They should just be, no, it doesn't matter if you've got Tourette's or you're Down syndrome or anything like that. You should be normal like us. You should act like us instead of accepting them for who they are, why they're like that, and helping them, embracing them, giving them support they need. We don't do that. And that's what the whole film's about, is this society that is turned. How can you live in a society that turns against you? And in the process, you become the one thing that you didn't want to become, is this villain that just brings up everyone else to overthrow everyone, all the corruption and that into this one person who then takes over. To me, the Joker is a perfect psychology thriller of a character study ever. It is just so good. It is absolutely brilliant. Should there be a Justice League reboot? Warner Brothers should be made Justice League 2 and 3. There will be another Justice League. I think they rushed it. I mean, Justice League should have been $1 billion film easily, if not $2 billion film. So I think, personally, they will do another one. It's just a matter of, are we going to have the same Batman? Are we going to have the same Superman? Or are they just going to redo it all with a different Batman, a different Superman, or who knows what now? I don't know. The DCEU is kind of fucked up right now, so it's anyone's guess. Jay Fighter, I don't know about the best hour of any comic book film. What takes me out of that final hour is the ugly green screen. I have to disagree with that. I had no problems with it. I absolutely loved the last hour. Like, it is just so good. It's action packed. It's everything I wanted in 1 hour. Like, perfect. I had no problems with the visual effects or anything like that. I didn't see any problems. I didn't have any problems with it. So I have to disagree with you on that one, Jay Fighter, unfortunately. So that's just my opinion. Jay Fighter, I don't think there should be another Justice League film for a long time. I love what they're doing right now. Yeah, it's interesting. The DCEU is kind of fucked up right now. They dug this whole themselves, and now they're trying to get out of it. And at the moment, they're focusing on individual films, which is what they should be doing right now, and it's working. It is working really, really well, and they should just continue down that route. And when they build up all these characters in, say, the next 3 years, then they should just bring them all together. But I don't know if they're going to do that now. Who knows? We don't know. Jay Fighter, the DCEU is fine right now. They're letting filmmakers make the films they want to make, with the exception of Aquaman to a degree. DC is actually competing with the MCU. Yeah. And if they keep doing these little one-offs like a Joker, I mean, Matt Reeves' Batman is going to be interesting as well, because it's supposed to be a darker version of Batman as well and more gritty. So that's going to be awesome as well. So I think they're going in the right directions, and I like to see these little one-off movies like a Joker or something like that just give us that little bit something different and extra that we need, because you don't want to have too many of the same type of movies at once, because then it gets saturated and you kind of like, well, we've seen this in the MCU, we've seen this in the DCU. That's why I'm a bit disappointed that the X-Men are now gone, because that was something different as well. And now that's going to be brought in the MCU, so we're not going to have that X-Men as well, even though some of them were bad. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Omega Red, how's it going? Jay Fighter, what are your thoughts on what Robert Pattinson said recently? Look, he has a history of joking in interviews and stuff like that, so I understand why some people aren't happy with what he said, but also, I don't know what is the whole situation, what's going on there currently right now. Like, was he jacked beforehand, before the virus, and then he went in? And like, I don't know. I think he's joking. I think he is doing some form of physical work and stuff like that. So it's a matter of wait and see what happens. I'm not really going to comment on it, because we don't really know what's truly happening behind the scenes. And he does have this history of joking as well. Happy birthday, Omega Red. That's awesome. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope that you get treated well, and I hope you get a lot of presents, have some cake, and just have an awesome day. Who will be directing? I presume you mean who will be directing who do I think should direct Justice League? If I'm Warner Brothers, I ask the Russo brothers. I see if the Russo brothers want to come in and direct a Justice League. If not, you've also got I think J.J. Abrams is there as well. He's there working on them. He might even direct it as well. I would go try and get the Russo brothers. So, I'd be down for the Russo brothers. They have a good track record of making these high budget films and making a lot of money and making them very decent. So I would go for them to go first. JFO, what are your thoughts on Batman killing? Should he kill in the Batman? I have no problems with Batman killing. All superheroes kill people. That's just in self-defense. It's self-defense. He doesn't go out of his way to kill on purpose. It's just self-defense. I mean, if you're playing with superheroes, people are going to die. Like, that's just how it's going to be. I mean, Captain America kills people. We just don't see it. Like, he hit someone. He hit someone with that shield. Like a normal human being, he's killed him. He's killed him. Simple as. Hulk kills people. Like, there's people that die all the time. So I have no problems with Batman killing, as long as it's not him just directly going out with a gun and just shooting some random. That, then I have a problem with. So, yeah. Otherwise, I have no problems with that. James Gunn to direct Justice League. That would be pretty cool as well. I'd be down for James Gunn one as well. Basically, Warner Brothers said to James Gunn, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. So he might want to do that. So, yeah. Haircut, why is hair not blonde? Because my requirements were never met. So therefore, my hair will stay dark. So no problems. That's an interesting choice to direct Superman and Justice League. That would be an interesting one. Nevertheless, Dennis would be an interesting choice. I mean, to be honest, as long as the director is a good director, I have no problems with it. As long as they don't do what the X-Men did, and they got Simon Kinberg to do to X-Men for his first ever one. Like, his first ever big budget. That's the problem. You got to get someone in who, knows what they're doing, basically. So, yeah. J Fighter, yes, the MCU heroes kill because they are not defined by no killing rule, which is probably why I have a strong attachment to Batman and Spider-Man, because they defined by not killing rule. Yeah, but Batman in the comics is always killed. He's always killed. Like, he's always killed in the comics in self-defense. He even admits it to Robin. He says sometimes in what we do, there's casualties. We kill in self-defense. Spider-Man is kind of like, they all try. They don't go out of their way to kill people. They just, in the heat of the moment, sometimes things happen. That's just how I take it. I just take it. It's a heat of moment. Things like that happen, and I have no problems with it. Ooh, that's a big call saying he's the next Christopher Nolan, because Christopher Nolan is my favorite film director of all time. Him and what's his name? Spielberg. Nolan, to me, has never made a bad film. So that's a big, 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 big call. So I have no problems with it. But that's a big, big call. Along with me, that to me, Batman kill just destroys the character. No, I don't see it as a big deal. I don't know. I don't see it as a big deal. Him killing, it's not a big deal to me. I have no problems with it. I mean, I don't focus on, I don't sit there and go, he just killed that guy. That doesn't matter anything. I have no problems with that. So, yeah, I just don't have a problem with him killing. David Fincher, why leaving filmmaking? I have no idea. I haven't read up on that. If he is leaving filmmaking, I have no idea. I haven't read up on it. So I'll have to read on that. The comics, it's earned and usually a lesson learned. Yeah, but I just don't have a problem with it. I mean, as long as he's not going out of his way to do it on purpose, I have no problems with it. So, Kubrick, also a great director. He did Space Odyssey, I believe. That was a very interesting film in that. So, yeah. Congratulations, Omega Red. You got your first car. I remember when I got my first car. It's a big step. It means you now have freedom. You can drive and do whatever the fuck you want to do. Not really, but you can go out. You don't have to stay at home. You can drive yourself to get food and stuff. So, yeah. Ooh, John says, would laughing Batman make a good movie, either live action or animated? Yes, I think you could, as long as you get the right for live action, as long as you get the right director. If you can get the right director and the story can be written right, I think you can. Same with animated. It's a matter of getting the right person to do it. So that would be interesting to see who they actually get to do that. What are my thoughts on Dune? Bro, I cannot. It was my third or fourth anticipated film of the year. Like, I was so excited for it, and now I think it's holding its release date. I hope so, but I'm so excited for it. It looks so good. They were saying that this is going to be the new, like, Star Wars Game of Thrones sort of mix into like a film franchise, which I hope this is a great film, and I hope it can build on to sequel after sequel, and we can have a massive franchise like a Star Wars, Game of Thrones. Oh, yeah, I'm down for that any day of the week. What if Stanley directed a superhero movie? That would be interesting to say. It'd be interesting. It'd be like Tarantino directing a superhero film as well. That would be very interesting to see. So, yeah, that would be the interesting thing. Omega Red, it's a 55 Pontiac Firebird. That's pretty cool, mate, that you got that as your first car. That would have cost a fortune over here. That's awesome, bro. Enjoy it. You never only get one first car, so enjoy it. Just don't be silly in the car. Be smart. Be safe. Drive sensibly, and you'll be fine, bro. Try not to get tickets. Yara says, who's your least favorite YouTuber? I think we all know. It's that one guy. I'm not going to say his name because he's not getting any clout from me. But you all know who my least favorite YouTuber is. I mean, I hate him even more than I hate like a Jake Paul or something like that to say that. So, yeah. Omega Red, Tarantino was supposed to direct the Luke Cage movie in the 90s. I didn't know about that. But I also know Tarantino is wanting to do a Star Trek film as well, which would be interesting as well. Tarantino doing a Star Trek film, that would be so intriguing, like so interesting. And to him to do, I could see him doing a Luke Cage movie, to be honest, because that's the sort of character he can put his own like Tarantino spin on, which would be interesting to see. But I think that as a Luke Cage character would work perfectly for him. But if you're talking like, say, a Thor or something like that, a Tarantino doing like a Thor or something like that would be so interesting. It'd be an R movie. Like, it'd be MAR. Like, it'd be fucking brutal, man. It'd be brutal as. Also want to say, if you guys haven't seen on Disney Plus, that's a good one, Jay. Tarantino should make a Punisher film. That would be right up his alley. That's a great call. That is right up Tarantino's alley, the Punisher. Oh, that would be so cool for him to make a trilogy. But you know Tarantino, he does like one film and then he never goes on and makes a sequel. So that's a good call. But if you guys check out Disney Plus, on there you got the Mando doc, them behind the scenes of Mandalorian, sorry. And basically Dave Filoni in one of them. Oh God, this guy should be running Lucasfilm over Kathleen Kennedy any day. He explains the whole duel of fates in the first one between Maul, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan. How it's the fate of Anakin Skywalker's. Qui-Gon's the father he needed, and he explains it perfectly that I didn't even realize until he was saying it. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, this guy gets it. He knows what he's talking about. And it opened my whole wide. He tied in the whole fight in the first one with Qui-Gon being the father figure Anakin needed. And that's why it's the duel of fate, because if he loses, then Anakin goes down this dark path where if he survives it, he has that father figure. And Qui-Gon, he explains how Qui-Gon's a different Jedi from everyone else. He's ahead of all the Jedi. And Yoda then starts saying it in the second episode. And he goes through and he does the whole what's called Return of the Jedi one as well. And he's basically saying that the whole like fight with Vader and stuff like that is it's just, check it out. Like, you can look it on YouTube, Dave Filoni talking Star Wars. It is so good. He explains it. This guy is the chosen one. This guy is the apprentice under George, and George taught him everything. And you can see he learned under John Lucasfilm. My opinion, this guy is the chosen one. He gets Star Wars. He respects Star Wars, and he's perfect. Like, I just want Dave Filoni to do it. I want him to run it. So he gets Star Wars, and he's the chosen one to save Star Wars. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I don't know why it says connection unstable. Whatever. Okay. John says, should Marvel use the actors from Netflix shows in the MCU movies? I actually like Charlie Cox's take on Daredevil. No. If you're going to reboot, you reboot. And I think there's a contract thing as well where they can't actually use those characters as well. Like, they can't use Charlie Cox, like, Daredevil. They can't use that in their own one. There's, like, some, like, contract that says they can't use those characters. So, and for me, if you're going to redo it, you just reboot, basically. There's only two that you can bring back, and that's James L. Jones as Mufasa, which is what they did, and J.K. Simmons as J.J. Jonathan, and they did that as well. So I freaking hate Disney Plus. I like Disney Plus. I have no problems with it. I hate The Mandalorian as much. I love The Mandalorian. Love it. It's Star Wars. There is reportedly a feud at Lucasfilm between Favreau and Kennedy. Kennedy needs to go, man. If they let Favreau go, Jon Favreau is one of the greatest producers. Like, he's so good. Like, this is why Kathleen Kennedy needs to go, man. Yes, Dave Filoni is a god. She needs to go. Dave Filoni needs to step in and take over. Like, this guy knows it. I think if he's in charge, we get the Star Wars we all want. That's about to end, though. I don't know what you mean by that, John. Do you mean, like, because there's actually, like, a thing where they can't actually use the characters. Like, they can't use those portrayals of the characters. There's, like, a contract where they can't actually use it no matter what. So, yeah. I have an idea. Omega Red says, I have an idea. Since Marvel Studios said they'd be interested in doing a Captain Britain, I think they should cast Ewan McGregor. That would be beautiful casting, and it would be a better fit for him. As Captain Britain, I wouldn't. If you're going to get Captain Britain, to be honest, I would probably go Henry Cavill in that role because he's a bit more jacked. And I feel like for what's it called? For like Captain Britain, he's sort of like Captain America. You got to be sort of jacked. And I don't know if you like Ewan McGregor can get that jack. So that would be pretty interesting. Like I like Ewan McGregor as an actor. I think he's just superb. But I just think for that role, you got to be like jacked. And I think Henry Cavill would probably fit that role better. But be interested to see if they do a Captain Britain. J-Fight, I can't even explain how much I personally hate everything Disney Plus stands for. I generally am disgusted by it. That's interesting. Elaborate on that, please, because I'm interested to hear that. John, that's not what I took from articles I've read, but fair enough. Yeah, there's like a whole contract in that. Like, from my knowledge of people from the inside and stuff like that, I think there is like a contract where they can't actually physically use those portrayal of those characters. Like they have to do a full reboot. That's just what I've heard because of the whole thing with Netflix and everything like that. It's all muddled up. There's always misinformation here and there. But from what I've heard from people that are in there and all that stuff, like yeah, they can't actually do it. But like otherwise, what they'll have to do is they'll have to like cast him and then like try and change the character in a way. I don't know. There's so many gray areas and everything and miscommunication and stuff. So who knows at this point? I mean, money talks, doesn't it? So you could just throw money on the table and who fucking knows what happens. Pretty sure they Maggie Peggy Carter, Captain Britain in What If. Yeah, the What If one's going to be interesting. I can't wait for that. That's going to be interesting to see what they do in those What Ifs. They've got some pretty cool ideas, so I'm interested for that. Omega Red plus Ewan can grow a sick ass goatee. He can grow a pretty good goatee. So Affleck to return as Daredevil then. I don't think that's going to happen either. But yeah, I don't hate Disney Plus because I hate it because of what they have done to the original films. They put what looks like an awful filter from Instagram, and it's horrible. It's like how Titans. I haven't seen the filter yet. I haven't seen the filter on this. I haven't seen the filters. I mean, I've watched them and I haven't seen any. Mine to me still look the same as my Blu-rays and stuff. So I don't know, J-Fighter. Mine still look the same. Maybe it's just a United States thing. Because at the moment, mine don't look any different. Like, I did a compare, and they look very similar. Like, there's no real difference. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's just an American thing. Because, yeah, like I said, mine's just still the same. So, I don't know. I haven't seen that yet. So, that sucks. That sucks, like, big time that they did that. So, yeah. Like I said, mine's pretty right. So, yeah, I can't really comment badly on that. Guys like my new pop, the Wolverine, 80th year edition, and Captain America, 80th year edition as well. Pretty cool. John, I like the nostalgia stuff on Disney Plus. I get to enjoy the cartoons I grew up with. Yeah, I know. I just wish I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003 and all these other fucking class TV shows that we all grew up with. But yeah, but I have no problems with it. Just watch any of those films. Endgame looks worse than actually Endgame, and New Hope is dark and bleak looking pile of trash. And Iron Man 2, the best shit film in the MCU, looks off-putting. Iron Man 2 is some also. See, I haven't seen that yet. I might have to go double check that again, but to me, I have not seen any of that filter stuff that makes it look bad. I haven't seen any, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna look into that and see if, because so far mine still look exactly the same. Like Endgame looks like Endgame on my Blu-ray. So, and New Hope looks like New Hope that I've got. Iron Man, I have to look at Iron Man to see if it's the same or not. But yeah, I haven't seen any problems with mine. So that's interesting that it's happening to you, J Fighter. That's very comment if you have experienced the same thing J Fighter's experiencing, because I haven't experienced it yet. So I wonder if it's a TV, if it's something to do with the TV. Maybe J5's TV is on the way. Yeah, that could be positive. It could be TV. I don't know. That's why I'm interested to see if anyone else has that problem, because I haven't experienced that problem yet. And New Hope on Disney Plus is the worst special edition of all the New Hope editions. Oh, mate, they should have just left it. They should have just never added the special editions. They're just Mega Red, Rami Malek as Moon Knight. I would make sense. Rami has played characters with social problems, and plus Rami is Egyptian, just like the character's roots. But can he? I don't know if he's got the built though. If you know what I mean, Omega Red. I don't think he's got the built to be Moon Knight. I don't know how. I mean, maybe. I'm thinking more Keanu Reeves as Moon Knight because of the martial arts and stuff like that. Keanu Reeves has all that in his arsenal. Obviously, Rami Malek has to learn all that. Unless he does not, I don't know. But I'm more towards like the Keanu Reeves playing Moon Knight. I think that would be great casting. Rami Malek is an interesting one. He's a good actor, but I don't know if I don't know if I can see him as Moon Knight. But I mean, I'm not going to judge it because I also said, some fucking whack things that people shouldn't play things, and it turned out that was fucking phenomenal. So, I mean, I wouldn't say no against it. I'd still watch it. So, yeah. No, it's not just me. Other YouTubers have complained about it. Hit Top Films explained in his Iron Man 2 video the filter is different and looks horrible, which I agree with. Oh, interesting. Yeah, no, I haven't experienced that yet, so I don't know, J Fighter. I have no idea. It might be an American thing. I don't know. Man. I actually don't know because mine's still normal, so I don't know. Mega Red, Keanu Reeves is a little too old to play Moon Knight for me, and plus Rami has gotten jacked. I don't think he's too old. I don't think he's too old. I mean, it just depends how you're going to play this character, really. So it's just, it all depends how you're going to portray the character. Are you going to go a little bit older? Are you going to go younger? Like, how long do you want this character to be around for? But I mean, Rami is an interesting choice. But like I said, I'm not going to say no, I'm not going to watch it because Rami's in it. I would still watch it and be like, cool, let's see what he's got. Like, he's a good actor, so I have no problems with him. I just don't know if I see him as Moon Knight, but maybe he can change my mind. There's some castings where I've gone, no, that's terrible, and I've been completely wrong. So, yeah. Who will play John Constantine? Who played him? Ooh. I don't know. I'm just gonna say a good actor. A good actor for me would be fine. So yeah, that's how I'd go. Last time I checked, I watched the Marvel stuff on Disney Plus. Seemed fine. Might have to have another look too. Yeah. Like I said, I haven't had no problems with it either. So yeah. What is your thoughts on Ava DuVernay's new Gods movie? Yeah, that's apparently going ahead now as well. So I thought it got shelved and it wasn't going to come out, but apparently it's going ahead. So I'm interested. I'm interested to see how they're going to do it. It's going to be interesting. How they're going to tie it into the DCU, I don't know, but I'm down for it. So, J5, I literally couldn't even finish A New Hope because I couldn't stand the filter. It looked like a super dark and bland looking modern day MCU film. I don't think the MCU films are that bad, man. Not the modern day ones. I think they even got better. So, but I don't know, J5. I haven't seen it, so I haven't experienced this problem. So I don't know if it's an American thing or what. So Sorry, bro. I'm gonna have to have another look and just like quadruple check it. But for me, I don't have any problems. So yeah, that's unfortunate, bro. Jeff, I really don't like modern day MCU films. I can see that. But I actually really like the new ones, like Ragnarok, Infinity War, Civil War, just Spider-Man Far From Home. Love them. Absolutely love them. To me, they're awesome. Omega Red. Just saw Justice League Apocalypse War. Love it. Loved it. Was kind of traumatizing for me, but masterpiece. Ooh, interesting. Is that new one? That new Justice League that come out? I haven't seen that one yet, so I'm gonna have to watch it. Man, there's just so many things. Like I just recently watched what's it called? Peanut Butter Falcon, and that was really fucking good. That was really good. Like it was so good. So glad I watched that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that one as well. There's so many that I gotta watch and keep up with. I can't wait for Mr. Miracle and Big Barda. I have no idea about them. Sorry, bro. I have no idea. I can't comment on him. Sorry. The boat playing Constantine at the moment in the Arrowverse stuff is doing an all right job. His solo show should be picked up again. Well, apparently in the CW, they're doing a Superman Lois show now as well. I mean, oh, jeez. The CW verse. What the fuck? Hopefully, Granny Goodness Rock. That movie, I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. Sorry. Granny Goodness Rock. That movie. I don't know. And I've never seen that movie, if that is a movie. Sorry. Yeah, they are. I know. Superman and Lois with this Superman. Count me out. I'm already tapped out. Like, just. CW. The modern day MCU films aren't necessarily bad, with the exception of Black Panther and Far From Home. However, they are so bland looking, no clear directional style. They all seemed like they could be directed by. I'm going to disagree with you. Thor Ragnarok to me was completely different from the other ones. Completely different. I can tell you that now. It's completely different. Winter Soldier and Civil War completely different from the other ones as well. To me, Far From Home is really, really good. I liked what they did with the Spider-Man character, how they actually showed him and transitioned him and made him his own character. To me, that was brilliant. I can see there was a direction and everything. I think they're all their different styles and that, especially Guardians of the Galaxy completely different as well. I can see the different styles in there, and I think you can see the direction Kevin Feige is putting them in. So, Omega, the interactions between John Constantine and Captain Boomerang was gold, and it was the most Australian thing ever. Oh gosh, yeah. I am talking about New Gods movie. Cringe woke. I haven't read enough on this New Gods movie because it said it was shelved. It says it's not. Now it's going ahead. I don't know. It's one of those ones where I'll believe it when I see it. Arrowverse is better than the DCU before Shazam. Disagree, J Fighter. Disagree. So I disagree with that. I think that Arrow was good for the first 3 seasons, and then it went. I don't care about any of the other ones, so I have to disagree. I think Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Shazam, Aquaman, I'd better than it. I'd watch Batman vs Superman before I watched Supergirl and that. So yeah. MCU is overrated. Some movie. I don't know what you mean by that. Sorry. DC movie is best, but DCU is worse. Do you mean which one I think is the best? Man of Steel is the best DC movie out of them all. Is between if it's between Joker and Dark Knight for all DC between them two. DC worst is Batman vs Superman. Jeff, I wasn't talking about it being a bad Spider-Man film. I mean, I think it's more than a bad Spider-Man movie, but the actual film has degraded massively. Now I have to rely on DC for direct. No, I have to disagree with you, Jay Fighter. Driven stories with Clist. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Sorry, mate. I'm just gonna have. This is one J5 where we're just gonna have to agree to disagree. Sunflower, how's it going? All Arrowverse shows get worse as they go on, but at least they understand what makes these characters special. To a degree, they do. I mean, I think the Superman in Man of Steel is 10 times better than the Superman that we get in the CW. My opinion. That's just what I think. This Superman is way better than that one. There's just I don't think. I can see what you're trying to say, but I'm going to have to disagree with you again, Jay Fighter. So this is no one that we're going to have to agree to disagree on. Otherwise, we'll be here for hours just debating about this. Yeah, I mean, you've seen us debate on Man of Steel and stuff. Otherwise, we'll just be here for hours. I mean, I'm not in on the Arrowverse. They're not for me. They're not for me. I just get bored by them too quickly. I'm just kind of watching them like this is boring. And yeah, not really. The only ones they fail at are Supergirl a little bit, Batwoman, and Black Lightning. The Flash to me wasn't interesting. I tried to watch that. Wasn't interested in that. Arrow, the first 3 seasons were decent, and then it went off. What else? Yeah, Supergirl sucks. What else is in the Arrowverse? Who else is in the Arrowverse? Let's have a look. Arrowverse. Let's see. I just couldn't get into the Arrowverse. I just couldn't. I don't know why. I couldn't resonate with them. So yeah, that's just I just don't like the Arrowverse. John, your opinion on Superman is kind of dodgy at best. Your all-time favorite Star Wars character, Jar Jar Binks. Get the fuck out of here. Jar Jar Binks is a gag character. Everyone knows it. Flash Season 1 is fantastic. I actually tried, and yeah, I got halfway through, and I was kind of like, I'm tapping out. I couldn't anymore. It was just, yeah, I don't know. The Flash as a character is not interesting to me at all. It was bored. I just got really bored really quickly. And I was like, it feels like a chore. And when something feels like a chore to me, I'm kind of like, well, what's the point of me watching it? I'm not enjoying it. I'm just watching it out of spite now. I hate watching. So, Sunflower, Omega Red, hey, heard you got a car. You going to take me for a ride someday? Come on, Omega Red. You know, you got a car now, mate. It's time to take her out on some dates. You know, go watch the sunrise, sunsets, you know, stars, you know, do that stuff, mate. You got a car now. Yeah, that's right, Omega Red. You do it, bro. Just remember, be safe. Do your seatbelt. Don't drive too fast. Don't be stupid in the car. All right? That's my advice to you. Just don't. It's not worth it. It's not worth doing. Just not worth it. It's not worth it. Trust me. They're dangerous, these things. But I just don't know. The Arrowverse to me is just, I don't know why. I love superhero films. I liked Smallville. I really liked Smallville as a TV show. But I just can't get into these other ones. I don't know why. Even the Netflix Marvel ones, I couldn't really get into. I don't know why. I just couldn't get into them. They just, I don't know. That's just, yeah. I'm weird. I'm weird like that. So, yeah. The football's back on though. So, I mean, let's see what the scores are. Borussia Dortmund is back, flying hard. I mean, 3-0 up against Schalke. Whew. Football's back. I wonder for how long though. Jeff, I love the Arrow vs Superman. I hate the Arrow vs Superman. He got cucked by Supergirl. That's me. Daredevil is amazing. I heard Daredevil is. I tried, but I don't know. I wasn't interested. It didn't capture me. So the rest are hit and miss. I heard that Punisher's good. I've watched the first season of Punisher, but then when they did the second one, it wasn't getting renewed for another one. I was kind of like, well, what's the point? It's like Swamp Thing in the what's it called, the DC. So, like, once it came out first season and it just hit like the first episode, and they're like, oh, we're canceling it. It's not going in season 2. And I was just like, well, I'm not even bothered watching it then. So, I mean, I just couldn't get into any of them either. Arsenal to be relegated to non-league. Considering we're the only top flight team and club to never be relegated, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Manchester United are more likely to be relegated than us. We've never been relegated, ever. We're the only club. So, I mean, just saying. Swamp Thing's second season now. It's on CW. I heard that, but they're going to change directions now. That's the question. But that really killed me. So, at least... JFI, we're going to have to agree to disagree. We're going to have to agree to disagree. Because I don't remember Superman ever in the comics being cucked like he was by Supergirl. So if that's what your Superman wants to be a little second fiddle bitch to Supergirl, by all means. For me, not happening. Omega Red. The Flash show just felt like they tried to shove everything in the Flash's mythology. I mean, the Flashpoint, the reverse Flash storyline, and yeah. I've heard people talk about that as well. Like, they feel like it just all crammed everything in about the Flash was just put into this series and stuff like that. So that's interesting. You're another one that I've heard that has said something like that. So yeah, but just for me, it's just not, I don't know why. They're just not my thing. So I don't know why. I'm weird like that. I mean, here's a guy. He's cheese on pizza, lasagna, and a cheese and bacon roll. That's me. That's how weird I am. So yeah. So, what can I say? What can I say? Oh, gosh. Man, what is it? 12:47 a.m. here. Interesting. Well, I hope everyone's doing fine and having a good time. Everyone must be asleep. Must have been a big night. What is it? It's Saturday morning there for you guys. So it must be a big Friday night for everyone. Things are starting to get back to normal over here. Things are starting to open up. People are going out everywhere. I think there's talk that season's going to kick up. June we'll be allowed to train. And then July we're going to be back out kicking a ball and stuff. Oh, it's going to be good. But who knows? Are we going to get this second wave? I don't know. Just depends. Depends if we got some idiot who's got the fucking virus that comes out and goes, oh, look, I got the virus, and infects everyone again. It's really touchy at the moment. So, but yeah. So, but again, there's the Flash movies apparently happening as well. I heard that Flash movie's happening. I mean, that's another one. I'll believe it when I see it. So. Here we go. So since Superman's getting outsmarted by Supergirl wasn't in the comics, that means it sucks, right? That means you just admitted Man of Steel sucks because that wasn't exactly how it was done in the comics. No, I'm just saying, to me, Superman is the granddaddy of all superheroes. He's the peak. Like, this guy's the peak. And you got Supergirl. And what I said is why I don't like this Superman is because what they did is they pushed Supergirl over Superman by pushing Superman down. You don't have to belittle another character in order to put over another character. That's the problem. You don't put a character down in order to propel another character. You don't do that. They didn't do it in Spider-Verse. They put Miles Morales over. They didn't drop the Peter Parker character. They elevated both of them. That's the problem. That is the big problem. Like, you don't do that with a character. That's just called pushing agendas. And that's what they did. And Man of Steel, like, he's been Superman for a day. Like, he's been Superman for a day. I mean, I just don't see why people can't see. He's just literally, he saves people. He saves people in the first one. Like, he literally holds the thing up while everyone gets out. Saves people there. What? He saves so many people. So, I just don't see the problem. And, like, there's a plan to do more than one movie. So, you're going to be able to expand upon it. And the reference to Batman are so bad considering they aren't allowed to say his name, which made the Flashpoint kind of small without Batman. Yeah, I mean, their whole, like, you can't have this character while this movie's going and stuff. It's just all fucked up. I mean, now they looks like they're scrapping that by doing this. So, I don't know. Flash movie might be happening, but I highly doubt Ezra is still going to be attached after his fallout the other day. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's happening with this Flash movie. I honestly don't know. I don't know who's going to play it. I mean, the moment where they had the people in to write it, and then they said to Ezra Miller, "Yeah, no, go ahead, mate. Go ahead and just write your own." So I mean, and then the directors are like, the screenwriters and directors are like, "Are you serious? See you later." Which I don't blame. I would too. So who knows who's playing the Flash? Who knows if it's happening? It's one of those ones where I believe it when I see it. In Man of Steel, he saves barely anyone. He flies through buildings and Zord throws a truck at him and he jumps. Yeah. Oh. All right, Jay Fighter. All right. In a fight, when you are in a fight, when you're in combat, the last thing you're thinking about is, I should save this person behind me. I shouldn't jump out of this. You are literally in the moment fighting. This high-powered being is trying to kill you. You're in survival mode. You're like, fuck, I've got to save everything. So you got to jump out of the way. You do whatever you can to survive. And I mean, if there's a high-powered being in front of me, I'm fucking throwing him through the fucking building as well. I'm doing whatever I can to survive. If it means I have to pick this guy up and chuck him through a fucking building, I'm doing it. That's what you do in that moment. You don't even think. I mean, how many people have gone to jail, think when they're in a fight, the guy's down on the ground, and they're in that moment where they're like, I'm just going to stomp on this guy's head. They shouldn't, but in that moment, that's all they're thinking is, this guy might get up, I'm going to make sure he doesn't get up, and they stomp on his head, and then later on they go, shit, I shouldn't have done that. That's just what happens in the heat of combat, in the battle. And when him being Superman for only a day, this is his first legit combat. This is the first time he's ever fought like this. So he's not going to be honed. His skills aren't going to be there. He's not going to be the perfect person in a fight. He's not going to be, I need to save this guy. I need to jump here. He doesn't know what he's fully capable of. And Zord is a high-powered being, and he doesn't know if he throws something, if it's going to hurt him or not. Like, he's still learning as he's going. And that's why he jumps out of the way, because he's just trying to survive. Like, there's a high-powered fucking being trying to kill you. You're doing anything you can to survive at this point in the time. That's just how I see the combat. I wouldn't expect Ezra or Amber to return. Just fucking, who fucking knows what's going on with them? There's just, it's all over the place. I've seen mixed things. Like, both. It seems like they're both as bad as each other. So, Mega Red, Warner Brothers originally wanted a Supergirl that technically took place in the DCEU, but it took place in the 70s, which makes no sense at all. Man, W has hired some real angels. Am I right? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's talk they're going to do a Supergirl movie recently. That got shelved now because they want to refocus on Superman. So, who fucking knows at Warner Brothers? That's not Superman, though. He needs to focus on saving people. That's who he is. Superman should try to slow down the situation. He needs to try and redeem Zord. That's just who he is. However, Zack Snyder he tried. He tried to reason with Zord. Zord doesn't want to he won't be reasoned with. He won't. He wants to take over the planet. He wants to terraform the planet. He wants to rebuild it. He needs to kill Clark in order to get the Codex. Simple as. There's no reasoning with Zord. He has a mission. Like he says, his sole purpose in life is to protect his people, to keep his people alive. How? Kill Clark, get the Codex, rebuild Krypton on Earth. Simple as. With a villain like that, you can't actually reason with him. The guy just wants to kill everything. You can't reason with a villain like that. Like, you just can't. I mean, and how is it not Superman? He's literally learning. What, do you expect him to just be Superman like that? Like, imagine a movie where he just flies around saving people. Oh, that's right. Superman Returns. And that's that's not a very good film. Most people didn't like that. That's what it is. Where this take on the Superman character, he's Superman for a day. So he's still learning. And in this combat, you got a high-powered fucking being trying to kill you, and all this stuff happens. You can't reason with Zord. When did he reason with Zord in the entire fight besides the end? At the start, when he first meets Zord in that. At the start, he's talking to him, and then he finds out his intentions. Zord is not going to be reasoned with. Zord is not going to change his mind. He's not going to just sit there and go, you know what, Clark? You are right. You are 110% right. I shouldn't do this. You know, I've only ever been programmed as a clone. You know, I'm not a natural birth. I've just been programmed to be this being that is a warrior that protects my race. That's in his genetics. Like, that's his genetics in this iteration. That's what he is. But he can't actually be reasoned with. He can't. This guy has one mission. His one purpose in life is to protect and to make sure his race survives. And he will do anything it costs. He says it at the start. So he says at the start, he has no problems. Like, there's no problems there. He says at the start, I have one purpose, basically, and that's to protect the Codex. Simple as. Superman has proven time and time again you can reason with anyone. They took inspiration from a comic where the message is there. That's always... Yeah, but you can't always reason with someone. Imagine... So Superman just flies down and just goes to Steppenwolf in Justice League. Yo, bro, you don't want to do this, man. Come on, man. Like we can live in peace. He's not going to do it. Like, that's not going to happen. This isn't fucking Goku we are talking about, where Goku's whole persona and his whole aura changes the villain. No, Superman will not change Zord. Zord has one purpose. He's programmed that way. So I just don't see how you can reason with Zord. Like, no one could. Only person is Fred Rogers. Fred Rogers is probably the only person that could talk him out of it. That's it. No one else. But I just don't see where you can reason with Zord. Like, this is what's happening. So... Hey, Altex, what is your favorite music biopic? My favorites are The Dirt and The Doors. Probably Rocket Man. I actually really like Rocket Man. I thought it was good. And I give Elton John massive props for letting him portray him in that way. Like, the realistic way. Because in that movie, he's not portrayed the best. But it's just such a great, like, you know, iteration of how they told the story. I really like Rocket Man a lot. Okay, which is why Superman isn't realistic. However, that again, Zack Snyder shouldn't be directing any comic book film besides Punisher. I mean, every comic book character isn't real. Like, shouldn't be realistic. Like, we're talking about high-powered beings. I get that, but I thought the way that they humanized the character of Superman was perfect. They humanized him. They showed him in a different way. Like, it's a different style where if we just get the same Superman over and over and over again, it gets boring, it gets saturated. Like, it's just... Like, look at all the Batmans. How many different type of Batmans are there? Like, that's what you have to do. You have to change it up. You can't just do the same thing over and over and over and over again. Otherwise, it just gets saturated and people get bored of it. And then we get things. So... I applaud Zack Snyder for doing Man of Steel. I think he took a risk, and to me, he executed it perfectly. Superman isn't that great. Batman made him bleed. Oh, bro. Batman vs. Superman, we're not even going to talk about that. I mean, to be honest, Batman should have been dead after Superman punched him once, to be honest. Like, realistically. If we're talking this is what I mean. This is what I mean with you, J5. If you're talking realistically, Batman vs. Superman is the one that you should be talking more realistically. Because when Superman punches Batman, Batman should be dead. One punch from Superman would kill Batman. Like, be honest, it would. Superman should have floored Batman easily. I don't care. He would have floored him. Like, should have floored him like that. Like, now you've got a more veteran Superman who could just kill Batman like that. Like, I mean, it's stupid. Like, Batman vs Superman is stupid. True, but some characters can be made realistic by Batman, Superman. Yeah, I understand that you can do like Batman more realistic, and like a Captain America, you can do more realistic rather than a Thor. But I didn't really take it as Zack Snyder trying to make Superman more realistic. To me, I was kind of like, okay, I get what you're coming from, but I think Man of Steel is a masterpiece, in my opinion. I think it's the most underrated comic book film of all time, and it's top 5 for me. And then James Cameron talked a lot of trash about comic book movies and said they're separation from reality, and I wouldn't do anything like that, which makes no sense when he made a human cat fetish. He says that, and then he goes and makes Avatar, which is completely like separated. I thinks he makes like $1 billion film here and there and here and there, and he thinks he's like, yeah, Batfleck for president, he can take down an alien after all. I mean, I like Ben Affleck as Batman, so I have no problems with that. You don't want me to go into Batman vs. Superman. I was ranting on, you have no idea what I do. Also, Batman was the veteran in Batman vs. Superman. Just saying, yeah, but when it comes to like think about it. You can have the most strategic person, like human, up against a power of Superman, who's a god. The god's winning every single time. Like, every single time. Simple as. I don't care. Like, once he grabs once he one punch to Batman, he's dead. I don't care what anyone says. It's realistically, he's dead. Simple as. No human being is taking a punch from Superman and walking away fine. Like, they're not. You're fucking dead, bro. Simple as facts. Yeah, I know you don't like Batflick very much. I actually really like Batflick. I really do. I'm just disappointed we didn't get him directing a Batman film with him in it. That's my only problem. So, Omega Cameron just thinks he's a top shit. Yet he hasn't directed a film for 11 years and continues. Yeah, he's working on Avatar 2, Avatar 3, and Avatar 4. Like, that's what he's working on. I just don't know how you tell a story after the first Avatar. I mean, you could do a second, but third and fourth, I mean, he's really going for these Avatar films. I mean, what? He's got Titanic and Avatar, like the two, they were the 1 and 2 most grossing film, whatever. So, yeah. Batflick is greater than Goku. Nah, Goku's like beast. Goku would fuck everyone up. Hey, Batman is a killer. It ruins the core of the character. I don't think it does. It's just self-defense. I don't think it ruins the core, the character. I just don't have a problem with it. I just don't know why it happens in the comics all the time. I don't think it ruins his character. See, the only problem is we didn't get the backstory to this Batman. So, while you're saying that he's a killer and that ruins his core character, there might have been something in his past that triggered him in that way, which is, to me, why they should have done a Batman film first before they went into Justice League and Batman vs. Superman. So we understood the Batman character a bit more. That, to me, is the problem. They didn't do that. So that's what they should have focused on, doing the Batman first and then leading into these other films. Because who knows what happened in his past that led him down that road, what led him to the darker one. So I know it doesn't happen all the time in the comics, but it's like, you know it's there. You know he does it in self-defense. Like, sometimes you just can't. You just can't get away from it. It just happens. There's always casualties. It's always casualties. Doesn't matter who it is. It's always casualties. And that's just how I see it. I just see it. He's just in self-defense mode, and it's just casualties. That's what happens. Omega Red advertised a cheesy sci-fi 2000s film like Terminator Salvation, Alien vs. Predator. Yeah, I mean, now watching back on Avatar, and it's all right. It's all right. I think it's just because it was a breakthrough, like in cinema. That's why everyone went and watched it, because it was just like, well, we've never seen this before, and that's probably why. It happens before, sure, but again, those other, yeah, the way the script said Batman kills, I know, but like, that's what I mean. Like, that's why they should have done Batman first, leading into Batman vs Superman or whatever, so we understood this character a lot more and why he does these certain things. So that's just how my opinion is. I think they should have done that first, and then maybe that might have given you more clarity to why he did kill, and so what. Like, that might help you a bit more. Like, there's something that triggered in his past that turned him down that dark path. I don't know, but I guess we'll never know. But Batman vs Superman, to me, yeah, we needed a Batfleck film. Exactly. That's what we needed. That's what was the missing piece, so we understood the character more. But because DC didn't know what they're fucking doing, Warner Bros. Didn't know what they're doing, they fucked it all up. Which property should join the MCU first? Fantastic Four, X-Men. Fantastic Four. I think Fantastic Four should join first. I think they're the easiest ones to incorporate into the MCU rather than X-Men, because you got the whole mutant. Like, you need to change the backstory of Magneto and Professor X, Charles Xavier. You need to change their characters. Like, their whole backstory needs to change in order to bring them in, because it doesn't fit in the MCU right now. So I'm interested to see how they're going to introduce the X-Men, but I think they got to do some, moving the pieces of these characters and their backstory and stuff like that, where the Fantastic Four, it's really easy to introduce. Like, you can come up with a way to introduce them so much easier. What do you love most about your wife? I don't know, Kylie. I don't know. Do I? Everything. I'm just going to say everything. Does everything. You're perfect in every way. J Fighter. There is this saying I have called Batflecked, is when you're perfectly casted for a film, however, you're given a horrible material that strikes the core of the character. Tom Holland got Batflecked. I don't think Tom Holland did. I like this. I think this Spider-Man character is the best Spider-Man character, so I have to disagree with that. But I can see what you mean. I know what you mean by that, because I also think that, like, Birds of Prey, for instance, Ewan McGregor, great casting choice. He put on a great performance. However, he did the best he could do with the material that was given to him. And unfortunately, the material wasn't the best, and he did the best he could with those materials. I understand what you mean. Your perfect casting for Batfleck, I think he's the perfect person to play Batman. He understood the character, but the material and the whole thing that he was given was just not executed properly, and that was the problem. But I have to disagree with Tom Holland. To me, this Spider-Man character is the best Spider-Man. I think it's the best of Tobey's character and the best of Andrew's character put into one. That's how I see this one. I really like the Tom Holland Spider-Man. That's my opinion. But would we ever get all three of them in one film? That's the question. Man, I never realized how much I kind of hated Man of Steel before I started talking to you. Oh, I never knew there was someone out there. I may read a comment that Snyder made about people who didn't like his interpretation of Batman was childish and immature, saying to them that they are living a dream world, which is stupid. They need to learn to just not say things like that. Like, PS4 was Garfield Maguire. I haven't played I don't have PS4, so I haven't, to be honest, I can't comment on that Spider-Man. I haven't played it yet. I don't own PS4. I have an Xbox, so fortunately I haven't played it, so I can't agree with that. I reckon if you loved your wife so much, you let her die headlong. No, she didn't meet my requirements. Simple as. Would you rather 3 boys or 2 boys and 1 girl? I don't know. I don't care, really, to be honest. It's up to you. It's whatever you want. You probably want a girl. You probably don't want 4 boys running around the house. What one was it? Oh, how you like. I said I never met someone who hated Man of Steel as much as you did. So there you go. You're the first person that I've met that has this much hate for it. It's pretty brutal. Not another kid. Already you paired, jeez. No comment. Would you rather shave your head or wear braces? Shave my head. Because my hair will grow back. You have braces on longer than you'll have no hair. Don't worry, I still respect you. No, I respect your opinion as well. Like, it's subjective. We all see it differently. And like I said, Jay Fighter, you're from a different generation to what I am. So it's interesting, like, how you see things and I see things, because we're from two different generations and we grew up with different things and stuff like that. So it's interesting to see how, like, you know, how our two opinions collide like that. It's interesting, and it makes for a fun debate because we never get hateful towards each other. We have a great debate, and when we know it's not going anywhere, we just say we're gonna have to agree to disagree. So as long we still have that respect for each other, and that's all that matters. Man, Zack Snyder has said some dumb things. A lot of actors have said dumb shit. They all have. Sorry, Sunflower. I have nothing against braces. I have nothing. I just personally wouldn't. From what I've heard, the experience people have, how sore their mouths get, like how much it hurts, what they can't eat, and stuff like that. I just don't want to go through with that. I'd rather just shave my head off, simple as, because my hair will grow back quicker. I'd have brace on longer, and I just don't want to go through the pain that you guys go through. Carly, would you rather have a bald head for the rest of your life or brace for the rest of life? I'd rather have a bald head probably for the rest of my life. You know, I just don't want to deal with everything. I've just heard some stories and stuff, and like cutting your gums constantly and that. Nah, it's not for me, bro. It's not for me. I'm just glad that I never had it. Like, what is it? I think most of my family had them. I think all three of them did. I'm not 100% sure if Maddie did. I don't know if Maddie did, but she had. I'm the only one that hasn't had anything done to their teeth in my family, which is, I'm just blessed. I don't know why. Just blessed with it. So it's awesome. Jay Fighter, yeah, but what Zack Snyder has said is hilariously insane. He said Batman kills in The Dark Knight Returns. Describe the scene in that comic where he shot someone in the head, but told a different story. Yeah, I mean, they always say fucking stupid things. It's stupid. I'm not sure if it's just me or our internet, but you keep breaking up. Oh, are we? I mean, it looks like it's running smooth to me. I don't know. John, would you rather blonde hair or shave it all off? Shave all the hair off your head? And when are you doing one or the other? Neither. Or when he said, you think Batman or Superman don't kill, you're living in dream world. Yeah, I mean, some people just need to learn to not say anything. Simple as. Yeah, my family has a history of lockjaw and it got passed to me. Yeah, that would suck. I mean, sometimes I get cramps here and it friggin' hurts. I don't know, it just like cramps here, like it cramps right here, and it's just like, it's the worst pain ever. Oh, hurts so much. You have to leave the chat and come back. It's working now. Jay Fighter, I respect Snyder, but he sucks at defending his film. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they just say shit that doesn't need to be said. I don't know why they say that stuff. So yeah. I'm probably just going to end it here. You know, we'll cut it short and then we'll come back next week, same time again. Kylie, it's funny when I get to have a conversation with you in your sleep, especially when you talk about how you got Super Saiyan. That's a new one to me. What can I say? My dreams are just awesome. So I'm probably going to end it here. We'll be back same time again next week. Hopefully we'll go. Yeah, I don't know, John. Just dream about going Super Saiyan one day. You know, aliens invade and I step up and I'm just like Super Saiyan, having a fight, and then just I get beat up and I come back. I'm like God form, Super Saiyan God, red hair, just beasting people. Literally, my friend has defended Batman, killing in Batman and Superman for years. And when he saw that stream, he thought it was odd because he defended it for different reasons. Yeah. I mean, I just can't defend Batman vs Superman at all. To me, that movie doesn't exist. But yeah, I'm going to end it here. And so we're going to see you guys next week, same time. Going to get some videos out this week. Hopefully I can get 5 out again. Jay Fighter, I will watch that movie you recommended. If you guys haven't seen, check out my video, the Peanut Butter Falcon one. Film Attackers recommended me to watch that. If you guys have a movie you want to recommend me to watch and review, let me know in the comments of that video, and I will get to it. Jay Fighters is this week. I'm going to watch that film. I'm going to review it just for him. So, yeah. So, thank you all for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. And make sure you stay safe, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.